Hey everyone, this is Nate and this is the Nader Tater channel. Alright, today we're going to review this electric lawnmower. So it has no oil, no gas engine to deal with, no carburetor to come up. It has simply a big 6 amp hour 80 volt battery, and then it's got several motors. It has a mower for each blade. There's 2 blades on it, and then it has a motor to actually drive. So it is self-propelled and it can drive itself forward at different speeds. And then it's a 26-inch wide cutting path, so you know, decent size push mower. And then it has several features that I'll kind of go through and touch on. I'll also do a quick video of showing you the unboxing of it and the assembly. I'll go ahead and give you a hint. It's very easy. I had to use no tools. The only thing I had to have on me is a knife to cut open the box. So that is super easy, as is cutting with it. It's super easy. So let me go through and show you that and show you what I found out when I cut. Alright, so here's how it comes in the mail. Let's open it up and see how hard it is to put together. Alright, so it looks fairly well packaged. It has the reinforcements in the corners to help keep it protected as long as alongside the wheels. So it looks good. Alright, so there's the menu. Now I can obviously just cut the box and open up the side, but I'm going to pick it up actually. Alright, so you can see that it's mostly assembled. You just flip this up here for your handles. This is how you can store it. You know, obviously you can leave this folded up like this. You can actually store it upright like this, so it takes up very little room in your shed or your garage. But then to take it out, you flip this over. You take it whatever angle works best for you, and then you tighten it down on each side. This one also slides out here. Alright, so there's only a couple things that you actually have to assemble, and that's really the key, which is like the safety interlock key, and that just slides in right here. You can just leave that in, you know, all the time. You never take it out again, but I think it's kind of by law you have to have some kind of safety interlock. So you take that away to keep the kids out. And then here is the side discharge. If you want to keep it in mulching mode, obviously keep that on there. If you want it to discharge, you take that off and put this on in its place so it actually discharges. And then the back here, this is where you can decide if you're doing the mulching, you can also catch the grass that comes out. Alright, so to show you a little bit better how you do for this bagging, you pick up this back flap, and then there's a blockout panel here that you just pick up here. There's a little kind of a notch that it fits into. That opens up this back side, and then this allows you to come in here, and this has 2 little knobs that fit in, and then you can catch all of your debris that shoots out now. And then you flip this back over, obviously to the right position, and now you have a bagger attached to your mower. Alright, so it also comes with a battery and a charger. Now this charger will charge it in about an hour and a half of time. And if you look at it here, it's got these little grooves that go in, line up, and then it plugs in there. And then you'll have indicator lights that will tell you when it's charged. As well as on the battery itself, if you press the little button here, hard to see in the sunlight, but it has 4 indicators that tell you how charged up your battery is. Now this battery just slides in right here to the front. You pick up this piece, and then this, sorry for the geese. This slides in there just like that, and then it has a release mechanism that you can pick up to actually open this, or release it and take it back out. Alright, so as far as features, we've already covered, you know, this is the compartment to open up the battery. You have your key there on the left, and that just stays closed like that. Alright, so the first kind of feature they have is this washout. So this is to wash your deck. Now, it's actually a quick connect adapter that you have to put your hose on. So you need to get a hose without an end, so you have to cut the end off, and then you would keep this on your hose, and then that would go in here and clip in, and you can wash your deck very quickly and easily that way. Now back here we have obviously these, this is how you disconnect and fold up the arms. There are 3 indicators on there that tell you different heights, so that's a reference you can use to put it back together. The clamps here that retract this part, this one also has a couple different heights. I have it all the way out. And then here you can see this knob is your adjustment knob for your speed. So you can turn it up or down. We'll see how fast it goes. Here's your power button. Here's your lights. Now I don't even know where the lights are. Okay, so I found them. They are certainly hidden in there. So those are the 6 LEDs. It's obviously bright outside, so I don't know how bright they are. I can't imagine 6 small LEDs being super bright, but we'll test that out maybe. Okay, so here's the handles, and then we have on this side, we also have the adjustment. So you have 5 different adjustment heights, where you just simply take this guy and then slide it up and down, and that increases both your front and your rear ride height together. If I show you this, here you can see both the front and back tires move up and down. So we'll leave it down at maybe this 2 level and see how that cuts for me. Alright, so for underside of the mower, I'll pick it up here and we can look underneath here. You can see it's got the 2 blades that spin freely from each other because they each have a motor on them. And then you can see there's a little bit of reinforcement to the deck here on the discharge side. Okay, so to start it up, it's a little bit of a trick here because you have to have 2 buttons pressed at the same time. They're close to each other. So you actually want to use your right hand to press and hold the power button, and then you squeeze the left one. And you can hear that it turns on. So once it starts up, you can let go of this button, and then this switch on the right hand side is what actually powers and drives it. Now obviously you can do that one without pressing and holding stuff. So they have those 2 separated out, and then we have their speed control here and the light switch I showed before. Alright, I think for my testing I'm going to do the side discharge. So let me switch that and then we'll go get mowing. Alright, so let's just go down here and see how it does. Alright, let's go over to the thick stuff and see how it does. Alright, so these are old wildflowers from last season. Let's see how it does cutting them down. Alright, I must say I'm actually kind of impressed. It is very clean. That is thick stuff. And it did cut it down right down to where the ground is. I intentionally ran over this little bush thing, and you know, it did lose grip here on the wet grass and it couldn't push over it. Once I pushed it over, it did go over that, and tried to cut it up as best it could, and it looks like no damage to it. Alright, so the other thing that's kind of unique is that once you get going, once you start up the deck and then you press the forward, that forward stays going even when you let go of the forward. So you only have to hang on to this left side to keep the machine both spinning the blades and driving forward. You can adjust the speed live there, and all the way low speed, let's see, is pretty slow. But there is no reverse speed on there, so you have to you know, pull it back yourself or pick it up and turn it around. The overall feel of the unit, honestly, it has a little bit of a cheaper feel to it with a lot of the plastic. The deck obviously is metal, and the running gear adjustment and everything is metal. We have some aluminum here, but there's a lot of plastic on the machine. And then I definitely was a little bit concerned at first when the two blades, they don't overlap, so they're not offset. They actually have a small gap between them, probably a ½ inch or so, where the blades don't cross. So that I had concern I might get a stripe down the middle of the cut. So far, I mean, this grass is just now starting to turn green and grow, and I can't see a stripe, so maybe it's able to suck the grass up and still cut it, but that would be one concern I'd have with it. Otherwise, it is very quick and easy to use. I love popping in the battery, hitting the go, and then it cuts. And even through this thick stuff, even if I hit things that are not grass, you know, this is definitely a bush that is probably a good ½ inch thick of woody material, not grass at all. It was able to handle that and go on and cut cleanly afterwards. So for that, I give it some credit. The other thing I did find in cutting, the downside, is grass gets stuck back here for the rear discharge because it doesn't have a cover on the inside. So there's actually a fairly decent sized place back there, about 1 foot wide by 4 or 5 inches deep. That's like a ledge that grass can get on. So I would be concerned with wet grass. Doing that over time will make it rust. So I'd want to clean that out afterwards if I'm doing this the side exit strategy. Obviously, if you're doing the bagging strategy, it would go in the bag and it wouldn't be a problem. But that's what I noticed from it. Other than that, for the right price, I think this could be a good purchase for you.